9th January 2024. Morning Murli. Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, make full effort at this most auspicious confluence age to become the most elevated human beings. Pay as much attention as possible to having remembrance and to studying. Question. You children are very big businessmen. Therefore, what should you always pay attention to and think about? Answer. Always think about your profit and loss. If you don't think about this, you will have to become maids and servants. You will then lose the inheritance of the kingdom for 21 births that the Father gives you. Therefore, make a good deal with the Father. The Father is the bestower, and you children give a handful of rice, as Sudama did, and claim the sovereignty of the world. Shanti. You children are sitting here in this is a school. This is not a spiritual gathering. It isn't the head of an ashram or a sannyasi who is sitting in front of you. There is no question of fear of the Swami becoming annoyed with you. On the path of devotion, when they invite a sage or sannyasi to their home, they wash his feet and drink that water. That one is the Father. Are children ever afraid of their Father at home? You eat, drink, and play with your Father. Do you do that with sannyasis or gurus, etc.? There, throughout the whole day, you say, Guruji, Guruji. Here, you don't have to do that. That one is the Father. You receive a teacher's inheritance from a teacher and a guru's inheritance from a guru. From the Father, you receive property. As soon as a child is born, he becomes an heir. Here too, you become the children of the Father when you recognize him, and you then become the masters of heaven. The Father is the creator of heaven. No one knows how or from where this Lakshmi and Narayan claim the kingdom of heaven. You understand that you were that, and that you are once again becoming that. People don't think at all about who that one is or who it is they are worshipping. They go to a Shiv temple and simply pour water over the Shiv lingam there and return home. They don't know anything at all. You now have the feeling that you will shed those bodies of the land of death and go to the land of immortality. The attainment is very big. On the path of devotion, there is no attainment at all. Baba himself says, I adopted 12 gurus. He now understands that that was a waste of time, and that, in fact, he continued to come down even more. However, that too is fixed in the drama. We don't have any enmity for anyone. We have love for only the one Father. When you come into this classroom, you should become very happy on seeing these pictures, because that is what you are studying to become. You know how this kingdom is being established. The Father says, children, don't be confused. The Father explains so clearly, and yet some become those who are amazed by the knowledge when they hear it. They relate it to others and then run away. They then belong to Maya. They are called traitors who leave their kingdom and go and belong to another kingdom. The Father inspires you so much to make effort. On the path of devotion, people wander around so much. They make many donations, perform a lot of charity, go on pilgrimages, and also observe fast. Okay, so what if people have a vision. They didn't go into the ascending stage. In fact, they came even further down into the descending stage. For you, each day is the ascending stage. For all the rest, it is the descending stage. Gurus say that knowledge is the day of Brahma and devotion is the night of Brahma. There is the difference of day and night between this knowledge and devotion. You receive happiness by having knowledge. The Father tells you, such is a knowledge. You were the masters of the world and you then continue to come down. The Father now says, simply consider yourselves to be souls. Souls are imperishable. Souls say, O imperishable Father, come and purify us. Liberation and liberation in life are both included in that. You now understand that you didn't know anything at all on the path of devotion. You were still searching. You used to sing, O God, have mercy. It isn't very tasteful, and you don't remember the inheritance when you say God. As soon as you say the highest on high shivbaba, you instantly remember the inheritance. You now understand that this is the kingdom of Ravan. The kingdom of Ram exists in the golden age. It is now the iron age. There were very few human beings in the golden age. There was just the one original, eternal, deity religion. There was peace and happiness there. Here, people continue to wander around searching for peace. They spend so much money on conferences, etc. You can write to them that one is the ocean of peace, the ocean of purity, and also the ocean of prosperity. Everything is received from that one. You now know that you were very wealthy in the golden age. There was peace and the world there. However, souls experienced peace in their home, the Supreme's abode. When we were alone in the world, there was everything, including peace and happiness. Therefore, you children should be very happy. Look at what they have written in the scriptures about such a heaven. The Father now says, I explained to you so much that there is no need for you to ask any questions, etc. First of all, constantly remember me alone. You call out, come and purify the impure ones. That is, come and make the old world new. However, you don't understand the meaning of that at all. The thread is all tangled up, and it now has to be sorted out. In devotion, they have created so many images. They have given the discus to Krishna and shown him killing Akasur, Bakasur, means devils, etc. with that. Was he violent? Then they say he abducted so and so. They have made him doubly violent. It is a wonder. It is a wonder of the intellects of those who wrote the scriptures. They then call that one God Vyas. The Father now says, remember me and imbibe divine virtues. There is nothing else to do. You are made to sit in yoga because there are many who don't remember Baba. They remain engaged in their own business. They don't have any time at all. However, here you have to remember Baba with your intellects even while doing your work. You are lovers of myself, the beloved. I now tell you, break away from everyone else and connect yourselves to me alone. While eating and drinking, simply instill the habit, I am a soul. And remember the Father. The Father is making you so elevated. You don't accept those things worth a few pennies, means of remembrance being so simple. And you don't remember me. You remember your children, etc., but you cannot remember me. In fact, it is wrong to say, especially when someone conduct meditation for me. Baba comes and says directly, constantly remember me alone. The Father personally explained to you in the previous cycle too. He now says, sweetest, beloved children who have met me again after a cycle, your 84 births are now coming to an end. You now definitely have to become pure in order to go back home. It is because of enlarging in vice that you have become so impure. If you don't become pure, you will receive a low status. Consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father, and also remember the cycle of 84 births. This is the discourse of self-realization. No one understands the meaning of this. You have to blow the conch shell. These aspects are of knowledge. This is your unlimited Father, the creator of heaven. Remember the Father, and you will go into the ascending stage. This is such an easy thing. You children now understand that this drama is predestined. The Father comes here every 5,000 years. You now have to make effort very well. Why do you chase after wealth? Acha, even if you earn 100,000 or 200,000 a month, all of that is to end. Even your children won't remain to use that. There is the greed that your son, grandsons, and grandsons would eat from that. It isn't that all of them would take rebirth in the same family. You can't tell where they will take rebirth. You receive the inheritance for 21 births. If you make less effort, you will become maids and servants of the subjects, and you will incur so much loss. So, you also have to think about profit and loss. Businessmen commit a lot of sin, and so they definitely put something aside for charity. Scarcely any people do this business of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. You have to make this deal directly with the Father. The Father gives you jewels of knowledge. He is the bestower. Your children give a handful of rice, whereas the Father gives you an unlimited sovereignty. In comparison to that, this is a handful of rice. All of you are Sudama. What do you give and what do you receive? You claim the sovereignty of the world and become the masters of the world. Your intellect says that there will only be the one land of Bharat. The elements will also be new. Souls will be Satapradhan. When you were deities in the golden age, you were pure gold. Then in the silver age, a little alloy of silver was mixed into souls, and that was called the silver age. You continue to come down the ladder. At this time, you are very elevated. There is also the image of the variety form, but people don't understand the meaning of that. There are so many images. Some keep a picture of Christ, and others keep a picture of Sai Baba. Some even make those of Islam their gurus. They go there and have a party where they drink a lot of alcohol. The Father says there is so much darkness of ignorance. All of that is the darkness of devotion. You have to be very cautious about the company you keep. It is said, good company takes you across and bad company drowns you. Bad company is the 5 vices of Maya. You have now found the company of the true Father with which you are going across. The Father alone speaks the truth. Every cycle you receive the company of the truth. Then after half a cycle, you receive the bad company of Ravan. You also understand that the kingdom will definitely be established as it was in the previous cycle. You will definitely become the masters of the world. Here, because of the partition, there is so much fighting. There is just the one religion. There was peace in the world when there was the one kingdom of undivided deities. There was just the one religion. Where could peacelessness come from there? That was God's kingdom. God established that kingdom with spiritual knowledge, and so there would definitely have been happiness there. The Father loves you, children. The Father says, I know how much you have had to stumble around. People understand that God will definitely come in one form or another. Sometimes they show him riding a bull. Could anyone ride a bull? There is so much darkness. So your children should now tell everyone. The Father has come to give you all the inheritance. The new world is being established through Brahma. Baba always gives the example of the banyan tree. In fact, its foundation is being established once again. No other religion will remain. Bharat is an imperishable land and an imperishable pilgrimage place. It is the Father's birthplace. Baba explains to you, sweetest children, with so much love. In the form of the teacher, he teaches you. You children study and go ahead of me. I do not claim the kingdom. Have you ever invited me to heaven, saying, come here? I sent you to heaven. This is such a wonderful play. The Father says, Acha, children, may you have long lives. I will go and stay in the stage of retirement. The Father says, there are now calamities over your heads. This is why you have to make full effort to become the most elevated human beings at this most auspicious confluence age. Continue to make effort to remember the Father, and your sins will be absolved. To the extent that you study, you will accordingly go into an elevated clan. The Father says, grind your own ingredients, and your intoxication will rise. Your children always receive the inheritance from the Father. In the world outside, only sons receive it, whereas daughters are donated. Means the Father gives the bride away. Here, all souls receive the inheritance, and that is also an unlimited one. So, you have to pay full attention to this. God is teaching you, and so you mustn't miss a single day. Some say to Baba, I don't have time. Oh, really? Aren't you ashamed to say that you, a soul, don't have time to study with me? Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, BapDada. The spiritual Father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual Father. Essence for the dharana. First point, be very cautious about the company you keep. Keep the company of the one true Father. Remain very distant from the company of Maya, the five vices. Second point, pay full attention to your study. Remain lost in your own intoxication. It is said, grind your own ingredients and you will feel intoxicated. Don't miss the study for even a day. Blessing. May you become an embodiment of success by balancing your love with your authority of truth. Explanation. You saw in this world of falsehood the practical form of the authority of truth in Father Brahma. His words of authority never gave a feeling of having ego. His words of authority had love merged in them. His words of authority were not just filled with love, but they made an impact. So follow the Father. Love and authority, humanity and greatness. Let these prayers of virtues be visible equally. Now underline this balance in the service you do, and you will become an embodiment of success. Slogan. To transform mine into yours means to claim a right to your fortune. Om Shanti. With Avyakt silence, experience the double light angelic stage. First of all, finish any attachment you have to your body, and your attachment to your relationships and possessions will then automatically finish. In order to become an angel, first of all, practice. This body is for the sake of service. It is entrusted to you, and you are just a trustee. Then see how easy it will be to become an angel. Om Shanti.